Alright, welcome to this Canva tutorial. Now, Canva is a free service that you can use, which I actually personally use on a daily basis to create graphics like this market update. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I created it. I originally did it in Photoshop, but in order to make it easier for myself and my team to access it mobile, I went ahead and recreated it using Canva so that I could make changes on my phone whenever I wanted to so that I could post it on Facebook and Instagram and really be able to be flexible about the design and what details go into it. So, let's get into this tutorial. So there are a few design elements in here, and while you could use one of the templates that Canva offers, I personally prefer to design my own things. So you would come on over to the original login page and choose Instagram post from the list of things that you'd like to design. So it starts you off with a blank design template. So let's come on over to elements on the left hand side, and I want to be able to create those black squares that you saw in the original design. So let's choose this square element, and you can see it's just a gray box. I'm going to make it black. You can see that I have my brand color set out, and I'm just going to, resize this because I want it to look like this design where it's kind of a square. You've got this rectangle over here. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to drag it over to the corner, right? Kind of resize and shape that, and I can go ahead and click copy up there, move that over. I want to make sure they're the same size and they're aligned. There we go. And yep, that looks good. I'm just going to drag it out a little more. And I have a history of working in graphic design, but even something a simple program like Canva, I still have to tweak things and maneuver around stuff just like you would. All right, let's drag that up there. All right, so we're probably going to make a few more changes to this, but let's go back to the original. And I know that we have this rectangle shape, so let's make a copy and just drag that over and create this sort of rectangular shape here. Align those corners, drag that all the way. There we go. So we're getting close to what the original design looked like. Right, so now we need this photo element here where you have the title and there's sort of a blurred image behind there. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the elements section. Just click X. All right, and I'm going to click on grids. I just want the single image grid. So it's not really a grid, it's just a single image. And I'm going to go ahead and resize and shape that. Drag it over. Kind of just really make it fit into this area just like the original design. Great. All right, and now I need another image element because I want to add my headshot. And you can add your headshot or a property photo, a listing photo, neighborhood photo, or you can just get rid of the image altogether and only use your contact information and just make that larger to fill the space. So let's go back here. I'm going to choose this single image grid and drag it and resize it so that it's similar to the original headshot image that I had in the original design. Awesome. So let's take a look and compare. Okay, so now let's make these text elements. So I kind of I want to first reshape these because I feel like they're a little off compared to the original design. They need to be a bit more square. And there's nothing wrong with reshaping. That's the beauty of Canva. You get to make changes. Right, let's drag that over. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, now this is looking closer to the original design. Great. So let's go ahead and create those text elements. Now, if you're watching this and enjoying this tutorial, I'd really appreciate if you commented, liked, subscribed, whichever platform that you're watching this on, because this really helps me understand what content you like to consume, what's helpful for you, and the things that I should make more of. All right, so let's go ahead and make these text elements. So I can see that the text there was Let's go over to the left-hand side, choose text. I'm going to click on add a heading. And, you know, I'm not too keen on the font, but let's change the color first because this is going to be on top of a black background. So I'm going to make it white so that it pops. And we're going to choose something a little simpler than this Abril fat face font. Let's do a Beezy and see how that looks. That looks similar to the one that I had. So let's put a number there and let's check it out. What was this one actually? Make it a lot larger, a little bigger. All right, now we're talking. I feel like this doesn't look the same, so let's check the actual font. There we go. Aileron Thin. So let's make it the exact font of the original design. There we go. Awesome, that's looking good. Let's drag that up. And it's 116 point font. So let's actually update that from 120 to 116. Bring that up. And let's drag these over to the side so that we can make sure the font is fully centered within the black box. And let's see what was home sold is a Remo font, 24 point font. So let's make that white. Choose a Remo and make it 24. Let's go ahead and drag that where it belongs. Awesome. And just get it a little closer so it's similar to the original and a little closer. I'm a recovering perfectionist, so sometimes these things take time. All right, I can group these together so that way I don't have to worry about resizing and shaping the font. I just have it set, it's together, I can copy it and move it over to the next place that I plan to use the same exact design. Great, so now we've moved it over to this box and I want to make another copy, but I want to make this one black since it's going against a white background. We need to be able to read the text. That's pretty important. Perfect, nice and center. So let's just change the titles of these from Homes Sold to Homes for Sale. And then I'm going to make that third one Days on Market. And you can make these anything that you want, really. You can even use this same type of design for a new listing that you're promoting or a home that you just sold. It's really up to you. This can get really flexible in terms of what you can use it for. So let's create this title area, market update. So we need another text element and let's make it the correct font style. Let's bold it so it really pops, make it white so that way we can see it against the image. And let's see, what size was it? 48. So let's highlight that, make the font point size 48, and let's drag it all the way across. Make sure it's nice and center. Now I know it feels like you can't read it from here because it's white, but once we put that image in the background, it'll all make sense. Market update, perfect. Now let's add this second title text element, February 2019 co-ops, which is Aileron Thin, 21 point font, bolded. So we'll add another text element, make it white, Aileron Thin, 21 point font, bolded. And let's go ahead and drag that up. Put the title in first. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and drag that up. Perfect. Awesome, just where I want it. All right, so now this image portion. Let's go ahead and go to uploads. And you can upload any image that you want. Obviously follow copyright law, but I'm gonna use this co-op image that I have saved here and just drag that in there. Now, there's a lot going on in this little rectangular area and it makes it really hard to read the text, especially the February 2019 text. So let's click on the image and choose adjust. From there, we're gonna be able to toggle how blurry we want the image to be, right? Now, I don't want to make it too blurry where you can't tell what it is, but I want to make it blurry enough where enough of those details disappear that I can actually read the text from in front of the image. So I'm going to set it to about 20 and I want to add a vignette. Kind of, yeah, get those black squares to kind of match in there with the darkness. And we're going to make the image darker so that way the white font really pops. Awesome. If you want to, you can mess with the X process. But, I actually like the color tone of the image. So we're going to keep it that way. All right. Now let's just copy this portion because I want to also add the neighborhood area because that's really important. Especially if you are focusing in multiple areas or you really want people to know what area you are positioning yourself as an expert, you want to make sure that that neighborhood name is in there. So I can actually go ahead and copy this one. We'll drag it down. So I know the font size is different. So let's make that font size 24. It's going to be slightly larger. Awesome. And then we'll just put the neighborhood in there. Forest Hills, New York. Zip code 11375. Great. All right. So now we need the text element for this rectangular area where the median sales price lives. And you can actually make this average sales price. It's really up to you what information you put in here. So actually, let's make this white since it's going against a black background. Awesome. And let's drag it over. Now, we're going to put the price in here, but I want to show you something that happens when you have things grouped together. See, it's too large for the situation that we've got going there. So what I'm going to want to do is ungroup it. So that way I have the flexibility to move the edges around. Because you see when I tried to expand it, the font size got larger. I don't want that to happen. So let's ungroup because we really want things to look cohesive in the design. So let's drag those edges across. Right, we've ungrouped it. Now we're dragging the edges so that the number is centered. And I'm going to do the same thing for homes for sale. Because more than likely, average price is going to require more letters, so it needs more space. So let's go ahead and group that back together. And now I can go ahead and add the price. So we'll just put 550K and we'll change this to average, caps lock, average sales price. Awesome. Right? And, I, again, recovering perfectionist, so I'm going to be playing around with where this gets positioned. So let's go ahead and add my headshot. So if you don't have a headshot, again, like I said before, you can add a listing photo, upload an image. But let's scroll through here. I'm going to go ahead. There we go. There's my face. And then the last step would be just to add this information, your name, your title, your phone number, logo. And these are all things that you know and should already have and be able to upload. But for the purposes of making this video a little shorter, I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste this over to the design. But I want to show you really quick where I got that phone icon from. So you would go to Elements, and you're going to go ahead and choose Graphics. And you're just going to type in the word phone. And here we go. Lots of different phone elements that you can use. Phone icons, right? Which one you use, completely up to you. Right, you can use a smartphone image if you want to not use a phone and direct people to DM you. That's perfectly fine too. So I'm just going to paste that in there, put that over. All right, I got a little more space to make my headshot slightly larger. So let's drag that over. This is looking good. This is looking very similar to the original design. Awesome. And so the beauty of this is that I can actually access this on mobile in my phone using the Canva app, which is available in the iTunes and Google Play Store. And I can mess with all of the elements from my phone and actually produce a market update utilizing RPR, which is called Realtor Property Resource. And I actually go ahead and I create a property report with that, and I'm able to add the numbers and the data in there using that. So I clicked on download, save as JPEG, and that's it. You just send it to your phone, and that's pretty much it. It's ready to go, ready to be used over and over and over again. And you can do this twice a week, once a month, quarterly, completely up to you. And since the size is pretty simple, you can also use it in eBlasts. And for anyone wondering what Realtor Property Resource is, let's quickly visit their website so you can get a sense. A lot of MLSs offer this. I know mine does in Queens, New York. But yeah, this is Realtor Property Resource. All right, so that's pretty much the end of this tutorial. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe. This helps me understand what you are enjoying versus not enjoying and what I should do more of. Because at the end of the day, this is for you. But thank you for watching. Bye.